Time to go for gold here in Dubai for the last time on day one of our live coverage from the 2022 World Archery Para Championships. It's the compound men's individual gold medal match. Aleksandr Gombozhapov, RAF, goes up against the USA's Matt Stutzman. Oh, Nikki, this is a huge matchup, isn't it? I'll let you tell the story because it's fantastic.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, Matt Stutzman, obviously been on the circuit for several years now. Medalist in Rio in London 2012, and he's inspired this archer from the RAF to, pick up a bow and shoot in the way he does with only just actually one limb. So to be an inspiration and a hero to this archer as they come out on the shooting line together.
Talk about sport inspiring those. When you're going up against the person who inspired you to take up the sport for a world championship title, you can't ask for more. Huge matchup here. Aleksandr Gombozhapov against Matt Stutzman for the last gold of the day, and it will be Gombozhapov who will get us underway. And just look at how talented these athletes are. Oh, what a start. So a 25 for Gombozhapov. A little bit nervy. I'm sure those first 3 hours will settle things down, but look at the quality we're getting here. A 28 finish for Stutzman puts him 3 points up. Nikki, look, let's just get the elephant out of the room for some people here. We know these athletes well, and it's nothing to them. But look, it's obviously incredible to see them, especially Stutzman, loading his own arrows when he's just got one limb. Some help for Gombozhapov from an assistant. But when we talk about technique, when we look at this, it's exactly the same thing. You look at their faces, you look at their eyes, the determination to take this medal is there.
Absolutely, this is what I love about Paralympic sport, an opportunity for anybody to get out there and compete. And these guys have competed against archers with an issue with just one limb, and they've beaten all that field, they've come this far, and they're here now in the final. So, yeah, it's just incredible and inspiring for everybody.
You get a really good look at how these guys are setting up. That's Stutzman there. It will be Aleksandr Gombozhapov who'll get the second and underway. Gets assistance loading the arrow from his coach. Oh, brilliant. And it's all about process still. It's exactly the same thing. They're going through the same process. If you look at them both, they're following the same pattern of loading the arrow, drawing, slightly different processes, but all
Yeah, I mean,
with a
all
view
the
to taking
structure.
a world title.
Yeah, all the structure there exactly the same, like you say, in what they're doing. You can clearly see the RAF archer just kind of opens his mouth to set that release aid off. So everything's loaded up. He's aiming in. He's got that back sight. You can see him looking through, then into the scope. When he's ready, open your mouth.
Great 3 arrows there from Gombozhapov. 54 for him. And he's managed to close the gap by 1 with that one. But Stutzman still leads by 2. 56 plays 54 after 2 ends of 5. Nikki, when we're looking at these archers, and for people that don't know huge amounts, you're witnessing history. He's a character for sure, and self-anointed armless archer in a world final, going for his first world title or first individual up against another armless archer, and he's just saying to the crowd, "Look, you're witnessing history here. Let's get in with this." But just going back to the sport itself and the technique, Stutzman's very much more side-on with his face. Is that anything to do with eye dominance, or is there a reason why Gombozhapov is a little bit more both eyes focused on the target?
I'm just looking. Are they both using the right leg as well? That might have something to do with it. Just have a closer look.
Well, start of the third end, and Stutzman leads Gombozhapov by 2. Gombozhapov to shoot first.
Yeah, it's to do with those legs, isn't it? So, RAF archer using his left, Stutzman using his right. So I think that's why we're seeing a difference with how they're looking through that sight. Yep. You get 30 seconds on that clock to shoot their arrows.
Yep.
Well, an 8 for the last arrow for Gombozhapov. Could be sneaking away from a lovely 10 though to finish off and to right the ship. An 81. 86 possible for Stutzman. And gets a 29 to finish that one off for a 75. Sorry, an 85 there for Stutzman. I'll tell you what, there's shades of another famous American archer, Brady Ellison, with the yep, as he shouts for his 10, Stutzman. It must be something within the camp, and I know they do train together.
I think that's the coach. It's the coach behind. The coach behind's kept calling them and giving that positive reinforcement straight away. I love it. It's a great thing to hear. You shot a great shot and there it goes. But, Matt Stutzman is so special because this guy was born with no arms, okay? So he learned how to do everything with his toes, and he built these connections in his brain where he could do intricate movements with his toes. He can tie a shoelace, you know, of the other foot with his toes. He can pick these arrows up with his toes. It's amazing. So he has developed this way of shooting. He's developed this release aid, and now, you know, this archer from the RAF is now shooting Matt's system, his design. So this is history, because it's the first time we've had two archers shooting with their legs in this final.
Yeah, superb stuff to see this history being made. And as you say, same coach as Brady Ellison, and that's why we're getting the yup. Start of the fourth, though. Gombozhapov determined to get back into this. It starts with a 10. And Nikki, just talk about this. You mentioned, you sort of hinted at opening his mouth. That's what releases the arrow, right, for both these archers.
Yes, they're setting it up obviously like this, and then I think Matt's developed a way of trying to make it more of a global movement, of a surprise movement, by getting some contact against his jaw. But yes, that is what's happening. Something is opening. You can see the RF archer a little bit more clearly opening his mouth as that release aid goes off. So the jaw hitting the release mechanism.
Incredible quality here. Oh. Just drifted away, that one. But still in control. The American leads by 2. And after 12 arrows, possible score of 120. That's the maximum target. That's to give you some context of how good these archers are. With just one limb. 112 for Stutzman, 110 for Gombozhapov.
So the other interesting thing about this match, and how Matt's arrived here at this final, in qualification, the rules changed this year. We no longer allow equipment failures. There's no time. Usually you can go away and fix the problem, come back, and something came loose on Matt's device during the second half of the qualification round. He got 8 misses, so his qualification score was right down. Couldn't reshoot those arrows, couldn't get that time back, and I think he qualified, I think it was 54th in this field, and he fought his way all the way through to this gold medal match. You know, just incredible perseverance. You know, this is the type of guy he is, to get himself back here in this position.
Yeah, no wonder he's been an inspiration to Aleksandr Gombozhapov and others, I'm sure. Such an inspiration. Gombozhapov using the release aid that was designed by Stutzman, or it's his design at least. Time for the 5th and final end here. Gombozhapov trailing by 2, still in this world title, up for grabs. Oh.
And if I said to you, we've got an archer here who's got one leg, no other limbs, he's in the World Championship gold medal match final, you just wouldn't believe me, would you?
History
all of these guys.
Yeah, it's an incredible sight, but they are here for one thing and one thing only, and at the moment it's all going the way of the American. Give me one more, said the coach. Well, there's one more. You'll want to finish with a 10 here. Oh, just dropped into the 9 perhaps. Just a little pressure, rushed through it, a smile on his face, finishes with a 132. This for the world title. You can do the maths. I don't think you're going to need to, because it's right there, a perfect finish for Matt Stutzman. It's something he's been waiting for. History has been made here in Dubai, and I think for the neutral, it's very fitting that it is Matt Stutzman who has taken this world title in the compound men's individual. What a brilliant final. What a brilliant match. And we will see these two worthy athletes on top of the podium a little bit later on. Not far from now, but what a performance. You are a world champion, Mr. Stutzman. Nikki, lost for words. Fantastic performance from the pair of them.
Yeah, just insane. You know, just grabbed a pen out of his bag, signed his hat and given it to the guy he inspired and met in the gold medal match. You just can't write this stuff.